19:1 and onwards. So, Nikunj Prabhuji, if you can start the recording. And RamShraddha Prabhuji, my Dandavat Pranam to you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for your association, and please take over, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Jai. All glory to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. Let us chant the Mangala Charana. You can all sing along with me. Maybe you have a song book or something where you have this Mangala Charana. Vande Ham Sri Guru Sri Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Kantam Sachivam Satvaitam Savadutam Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padal Sagana Sri Shakantam
So,
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militamin Tasmai Sri Guru Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Padaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Nami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesh Nivadi Pashat Eshtari Namam Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatma Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Iti Nami Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Nami शिवाशबानवी देवी दयिताय कृपाब्दे कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभु मातिरोज्ज्वल प्रेमाद्य पानुग भक्ति श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्ते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्ते दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्धापप सिद्धांत स्वांतहारि पंचकल्पतरु विश्वकृपा सिंधु पतितनां पावने वैष्णवे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदाय कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगत पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी आदेव वृंदावनेश्वरी शभानुसुते देवी नमामि जयतां सुरतो पंगोरम सर्वस्य पदाम्बोज श्री राधा दिव्याद्वंदारण्य कल्प धर्मद श्रीमद रत्नांगर सिंहासनस्थ श्री राधा शील गोविंद देव कृष्णालिक सेव्यमान स्मरा श्रीमद रासर सारंगी अपसीवत ततस्थित कर्षण वेणु शनैर गोपी गोपीनाथ शेषना वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय न्याय केशव सचा कृष्ण भक्ति देवी सत्यवत्य नमो पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्त रूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद एवरीबॉडी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण
हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Everybody after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya. Everybody.
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Sanchaiva Narottamam.
Sanchaiva
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Dojayam Udiraye.
Dojayam Udiraye.
Srimvatam Swagata Krishna.
Krishna.
Shravana Kirtanaha.
Shravana Kirtana.
Hridyantastoya Badrani.
Yasavasrami
Vidunoti Surat Satam
Jyoti Usayam
Nashtaprayeshu Badreshu
Nashprade Badreshu
Yam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Sevam
Bhagavati Uttama-shloke
Bhagavati Uttam Shaloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhakti Bhavanasti.
So we are reading from Srimad Bhagwatam, Canto 8, Chapter 22, title Bali Maharaj surrenders his life. Today's verse is 25, but I will read a few verses before that so that we'll get an overview of what we are dealing with. Text 23. Yat padayor asatam di shalilam pradaya durva durvang kurair api vidaya satim saparjam api uttama gatim asau bhajate trilokim dashman dasman aviklava mana katam artim richet. Translation. By offering even water, newly grown grass, or flower buds at your lotus feet, those who maintain no mental duplicity can achieve the most exalted position within the spiritual world. This Bali Maharaj, without duplicity, has now offered everything, the three worlds. How then can he deserve to suffer from arrest? Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhakti Aprayachati Tamaham Tataham Bhakti Upahritam Ashnami Prayatatmana. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is so kind that if an unsophisticated person with devotion and without duplicity offers at the lotus feet of the Lord a little water, a flower, a fruit, or a leaf, the Lord accepts it. Then the devotee is promoted to the Vaikuntha planet, the spiritual world. Brahma drew the Lord's attention to this subject and requested that he release Bali Maharaj, who was suffering of being bound by the ropes of Varuna and who had already given everything, including the three birds and whatever he possessed. Text 24. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Brahmanyam Anugrahanami Tad Visho Vidha Vidunomi Aham Janmada Purusha Stabdo Lokam Mam Chava Manyate. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Lord, Brahma, because of his material opulence, my dear Lord Brahma, because of his material opulence, a foolish person becomes dull-witted and mad. Thus he has no respect for anyone within the three worlds and defies even my authority. For such a person, I show special favor by first taking away all his possessions. Purport. A civilization that has become godless because of material advancement in opulence is extremely dangerous. Because of great opulence, a materialist becomes so proud that he has no regard for anyone and even refuses to accept the authority of the Supreme Personality of God. The result of such a mentality is certainly very dangerous. To show special favor, the Lord sometimes makes an example of someone like Bali Maharaj, who is now bereft of all his possessions. And today's verse, please repeat after me. Yada kadachit jivatma
Yada
Yada
kadachit
kadachit jivatma
tam sharan nija karma bhi
tam sharanam jagat
karma bhi
Nana yonishu anishoyam
Nanayishi apisham
Paurushim gatim avrajet.
Paurisham Gatim Avratim.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. While rotating in the cycle of birth and death again and again in different species because of his own fruitive activities, the dependent living entity, by good fortune, may happen to become a human being. This human birth is very rarely obtained. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is fully independent. That is, thus, it is not always a fact that a living being's loss of all opulence is a sign of Supreme Lord's mercy upon him. The Lord can act any way he likes. He may take away one's opulence or he may not. There are varieties of forms of life, and the Lord treats them according to the circumstances, as he chooses. Generally, it is to be understood that the human form of life is one of great responsibility. Purusha prakriti stochi bhumte prakriti jan gunan karanam guna sangasya sadasad joni janmashu. The supreme the living entity in the material nature follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with the material nature. Thus he meets with good and evil amongst various species. 13:22 Bhagavad Gita. After thus rotating through many forms of life in the cycle of birth and death, the living entity gets a chance for the human life, human form. Therefore, every human being, especially one belonging to a civilized nation or a culture, must be extremely responsible in his actions, in his activities. He should not risk degradation in the next life, because the body will change, tata dehantara prapti. We should be extremely careful to see to the proper use of life is the purpose of Krishna consciousness. The foolish living entity declares freedom from all control, but factually he is not free. He is fully under the control of material nature. He must therefore be careful and responsible in his activities of his life. Two beautiful verses. This 25th verse and the next verse is also a wonderful verse. Basically, it is made the point, this human birth is very rarely obtained. Brahmanda Brahmide Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata. A wandering loving entity is wandering in all the 8 million species of life. And then finally he gets a human form. And in this human form, it is fortunate. He gets a Kona Bhagyavan. He gets the causeless mercy of Guru and Krishna. And then the seed of bhakti is planted in his heart. So this is important to understand. That is, the human form of life is meant for responsible life, not irresponsible. Not like the in 1960s in America, they were hippies. They were all irresponsible people. They were taking drugs, having illicit sex, man, woman, eating anything, smoking ganja, this and that. That is not the purpose of human life. And Prabhupada, he preached in that area of San Francisco to bring them closer to the human form of life. And he spread this Krishna consciousness. So it's not an ordinary thing. Even in India, for example, it's a cultured place. People are generally very responsible. They take care of their parents. The parents take care of the children. They go to school, this, that, everything. But unfortunately, it stops at a certain point. The point is that somehow make a comfortable zone in material life, comfy zone. But that doesn't solve the problem of birth, death, old age, and disease. Therefore, India, even though it was cultured, very cultured, but we forgot our purpose of life, and we opened schools, colleges, IIT, IIM, Indian Institute of Management, this, that, so many things. BITS, Birla Institute of Technology, to train our children in technology and make them successful and challenge and be a competition to United States and China and this and that, Europe. Now the whole purpose was lost by making an attempt in this direction. No more education which is directed towards spiritual life. And children are sent to abroad, and parents, everybody goes to America because the money makes, you make dollar and you will get 80 to 90 rupees per dollar in India. So make hay while the sun shines. Make quick money. And the net result is they lose their spiritual life. In one sense, you are all very fortunate, even though you are almost every one of you are living in America, but you are pious enough to know the value of this human form of life. You started your spiritual life from India, now you're in America, now you're conducting classes on Bhagwatam. Because you're realizing that alone going in this one-way direction of the materialistic American society, studying in Harvard, Stanford, and in schools and college, this will not bring us happiness. Already in India, we have this education, and we go to America for higher education, and then we end up in a higher level of animal life. Drink alcohol, take money, make money, and when this type of material opulence comes, which is the result of hard work, then Krishna in one of the verses he says that he takes away everything. But he does not necessarily take away all the time everything. But those who got the mercy of the Lord and they get so much opulence, like Ambarish Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, they got so much opulence, Prahlad Maharaj also. Because they were rendering pure devotion service and the opulence was due to the devotion service. The Lord has benedicted them. Whereas those who work very hard and make millions of dollars, generally if they take interest in spiritual life, first thing is Krishna does is takes away everything to make him humble. So it's a special situation. As Prabhupada says, they are the Lord can act in any way he likes. He may take away one's opulence or he may not. There are varieties of forms of life and the Lord treats them according to their circumstances as he chooses. Generally, it is to be understood that the human form of life is one of the great responsibilities. So not necessarily he takes away everything. Sometimes he gives also. Those who are responsible, like Yudhishthira Maharaj got the whole kingdom back. With all the opulence, 4 of his brothers in different directions of the planet, they were able to extract taxes and bring them to Hastinapur. So he gives and he takes as he chooses. And if he sees somebody is responsible, he may give a lot. Like Prabhupada, he was responsible. And he wrote all these books and so many books were distributed and throughout the world he established centers, established farm communities, he built his Vrindavan temple, then he built a Mayapur project he started, and then he finished the Hyderabad project, and then he started Bombay project also. Only the last month, on January, not January, before that, November, he left his body. He took Samadhi, and very soon that temple was also inaugurated. So those who are responsible devotees, he gives a lot of things. Those who are a little irresponsible, he can take away everything. Because irresponsibility means losing a sense of what is the purpose of human form of life. Generally, it happens like that, most of the cases. Just like even Arjuna also was confused. He was associate of Krishna. And the Pandavas, they knew that without fighting, you're not going to get anything from Duryodhana. So Arjuna, at one point, he decided not to fight. And Krishna was amazed. He said, what is this? And then he said, then Krishna spoke the whole Bhagavad Gita to get him to fight. And he told Arjuna, all these armies which are standing there, everyone will be killed. Nobody will be alive except for your 5 brothers. So you can either fight as a Kshatriya, or you can either fight as my devotee, as my instrument. As my instrument, as a devotee, you will have no karma involved. But if you fight as a Kshatriya, you will have karmic reactions. Independently acting, even to be religious, it produces a lot of karma. Karma means activities in accordance with the Vedic literature. Those who are, like in a country, those who are following the government, the laws, the constitution, and paying the tax regularly, is not a criminal, but he's just doing his pious activity, whatever piety. The karma produces piety, and vikarma means that which is opposite to karma, going against the injunctions of the Shastras. The macro level, the Shastras govern the whole material universe. Heavenly planets, middle planetary system, lower planets, everything is controlled by Vedic scriptures. But in the material world, our days, present day society, US Constitution cannot control the Indian Constitution. And the Indian Constitution cannot control American Constitution or Russian Constitution, Chinese. And that's why now there's a present situation is so precarious. America wants to influence India to such a degree that it follows its directions. And they want to export these agricultural goods, especially animal feed, which contains beef and other animal products mixed with the animal, and they want to sell it to India. And of course, Modi took a strong stand that because of our religious feeling, we cannot import, we cannot do this trade. So there are countries waiting to swallow other countries, especially America is very famous. They keep on changing regimes, and they are going to support Pakistan amazingly, and they're trying to poke the affair, their nose into the affairs of India. But if India is following the Vedic scriptures, following the directions of Krishna, then even though Bali Maharaj seemed to have lost everything, but actually he got everything. He got Vaman Dev as his doorkeeper. So we in India, we have to follow the directions of the Shastras, directions of the Lord, and follow what the Lord's plan is, to spread this Krishna conscious movement in every town and village, through book distribution, through Nam Sankirtan, through Prasadam distribution. And then, you see, people will be saved, whether we are success or failure, we will be saved by Krishna, and we will be able to remember Krishna at the time of death. That is our success. So next, we'll read the next verse, 26th. Janma karma vayo rupa vidyaishvarya dhanadibi yadi asya na bhavet sambhas tatrayam mad anugraha. Translation. If a human being is born in an aristocratic family or a higher status of life, if he performs wonderful activities, if he is youthful, if he has personal beauty, a good education and good wealth, and if he is nonetheless not proud of his opulence, it is to be understood that he is especially favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A beautiful purport, beautiful words. When in spite of possessing all these opulences, the person is not proud, this means that he is fully aware that all his opulence are due to the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He therefore engages all his possessions in the service of the Lord. A devotee knows very well that everything, even his body, belongs to the Supreme Lord. If one lives perfectly in such Krishna consciousness, it is to be understood that he is especially favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The conclusion is that one's being deprived of his wealth is not to be considered the special mercy of the Lord. If one continues in his opulent position, but does not become unnecessarily proud, falsely thinking that he is the proprietor of everything, this is the Lord's special mercy. So, elsewhere also in the Bhagwatam, when Krishna wants to show special mercy, he will take away everything. But here it is mentioned that when somebody has everything and is not proud, like Ambarish Maharaj, he was serving Krishna even as the emperor of this planet. Just imagine. He never had to do anything. He was just taking care of the Lord every day, and his ministers would take care of the whole planet, the governance of the planet. Therefore, we have to see that even though we may have everything, if we can use it in Krishna's service, that is the highest, best success. Better than Krishna taking away because we are irresponsible. Sometimes a child is irresponsible. We may take away his toys or this or that, so many things. But he's irresponsible, no problem. You can give anything because he's going to use it properly. So the success is to use everything in Krishna's service. Rishikena Rishikesh Sevanam Bhakti Ruttam. Bhakti means to engage the Rishik, the senses, in the service of the master of the senses. That is Krishna. That is the success. That is Bhakti. So we may have millions of dollars, no harm, provided we use it in Krishna's service. But if millions of dollars is disturbing your life, then Krishna might help you take it away from you. Especially if one is a devotee, is praying to the Lord, my Lord, this money is bothering me, I'm getting confused, I'm getting restless, I'm indulging in sense gratification and sinful activities. Krishna might take away just to help him so that he becomes fixed in his devotions. That's also mentioned in the other verses also. So at this point, I'm asking all of you, if there are any questions or comments, please comment.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this very illuminating class. So I wanted to ask you was that, I read also somewhere that the Lord actually, when he is very close to someone and he is merciful, he actually does not give them too much wealth. To keep them simple, humble, Is that true, Prabhuji?
Yes, that is also partly true. That is also in one place it is mentioned. But if somebody who has everything but is not proud, he remains humble, like Prahlad Maharaj. He never took sannyas. He was a householder. He had children, and his grandchild was Bali Maharaj. But Prabhupada said he remained very humble.
Yeah.
He was prideless.
Like Janak,
Therefore,
like Raja Janak also, right?
Also, so many kings,
Yeah.
Ambarish Maharaj and all this. So you take away things when you are irresponsible, but you get things hundreds and millions of times when you are responsible. Because after all, the devotee also needs a lot of facilities to serve Krishna nicely. Like we have set up a kitchen here to do prasadam distribution. So by Krishna's mercy, we got enough funds to establish a proper kitchen. Now we are steadily doing. For the last 10-15 days, we did not do much because I went to Vrindavan, and now it is raining like crazy. So we are unable to go out. So in a couple of days, we will again start this as soon as the rain subside. Because in India, all over India, there's plenty of rains. All different parts of the world also getting, but now in India, it is a lot of rains. So in a couple of days. So we have to try to use whatever money we get by Krishna's mercy in Krishna's service and manage everything nicely. After all, it is Krishna's. It is not ours. Our body, our mind, our intelligence, our money, whatever wealth we have, it's all Krishna's property. So Krishna's property means to be used in Krishna's service.
Right. Thank you, Prabhuji.
That we have to always remember.
Yes, Prabhuji. And another
Any other
question from the offshoot of your what you said. You went to Vrindavan, Prabhuji.
Yes.
I heard that, like, I've gone to Vrindavan a couple of times, but they say that I'm also heard. I wanted to seek your opinion that it's not enough to just go to Vrindavan. I mean, one has to go in the correct frame of mind, because otherwise a lot of apradhas can take place, right?
Yes.
So you have to be very
But
careful.
yes, the careful means what? You have to be in Vrindavan under guidance. Everything with regard to bhakti is anugatyamai. It's always under guidance. You learn to chant Hare Krishna under guidance of a pure devotee, like Prabhupada. And you go to Vrindavan to serve the Lord, serve the devotees, and to hear Harikatha and Bhajan. Otherwise, what is there? Is not shopping around things. And if you want to shop around, you have to shop what is necessary for your deity seva. It's not a place for picnic. You sit in the restaurant and eat this and eat that and eat this and eat that. No. So you have to be in Vrindavan under guidance. I had a good fortune this time. It was Rupa Goswami's Disappearance Day festival, and a lot of Harikatha was spoken by so many young and older Vaishnavas. It was really, really fantastic. I felt I stayed only 10 days. I did not stay more than that. Then I came back to home because Janmashtami was coming. So we had a Janmashtami festival. Next day, Vyas Puja, everything. Then also it was raining.
But 80% of the world goes without guidance, Prabhuji, a normal layperson, right? I mean, we are talking as devotees, but you know what I'm saying.
Even in the material world, there is guidance. Is there material guidance? Like if you want to get a job, you are guided in the job how to do your various work. Even the ducks, they teach the ducklings how to eat, and they all follow the mother. So guidance is a natural phenomenon, both in the material and the spiritual world. But sometimes we become independent. Suppose you are working in a big company and you become independent, they will throw you out of the job. You become jobless. So you are dependent, either materially or spiritually. But spiritual life, especially dependence on Hari, Guru, Vaishnavas, is very, very, very important. We are like speaking Bhagwatam. We are dependent on this Bhagwatam verses, the chapters, the verses, the purports. We are not speaking something independently. I did not write Bhagwatam. Prabhupada wrote it. And Prabhupada wrote it by following the footsteps of the previous acharyas. So everywhere following footsteps is important, even in the material world also. Like scientists, people are studying science, but there are many theorems and laws which has been told by previous scientists like Newton or so many scientists, Einstein, theory of relativity. It's not like every Tom, Dick and Harry comes up with a theory. No, it's not allowed unless you have to be qualified. So in the material world also this principle is followed. But unfortunately, because it is a material knowledge, they have a tendency to become independent. That means what? They will deny the existence of Krishna. Therefore, it is called material education. And if the same education engaged in Krishna's service and prove to ourselves, to others, that Krishna is the cause of all causes. Ishvara, what is it called? Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. If the material education can bring us to this point, that education becomes spiritual also.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And ultimately that has to be under the guidance of Shastras. That's why Rupa Goswami Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatring Vidam Gina Aikantiki Harer Bhaktir Utpata Kalpati. Any spiritual principle which is not supported by Shrutis and Smritis and Puranas, then it will create Utpata, means disturbance in the society.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I just wanted to take your opinion because last time when I went to Vrindavan, I got sick, you know. So I am wondering, I must have done some aparadha, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, anything is possible. Vrindavan also is a special place. You may drink water here, there, anything, eat, eat in the restaurant, you'll get a dysentery, you'll fall sick.
No, that is true. I mean, any reason, but there must have been a reason for falling sick. That's what I was saying, coming to.
Falling sick means what it is? Karmic thing, you eat something and you breathe, because there are so many scooters are running around everywhere, totos, taxis, and the atmosphere is somewhat polluted.
Yeah, but actually the Lord is upset and with me for some reason. I was just looking at it that way, you know.
Yeah, that is good to look at that. I must have committed offense, therefore I am suffering.
Yeah.
But there may be many reasons.
No, because people in Vrindavan say that आप बहुत lucky हैं कि आप इधर आ सके. वो आधे बहुत लोग तो आ भी नहीं सकते, you know. So maybe the pride also comes then, you know, along with that.
Sure. Many things are possible.
Yeah.
It is very rare somebody comes to Vrindavan. Not everybody comes to Vrindavan. There's so many. India, it's a huge place. Everybody who lands in the Delhi airport from different parts of the world, they don't all come to Vrindavan. They end up going to Bangalore, Hyderabad, here, there for visiting their family, friends. So many reasons are there. But those who come to Vrindavan are very rare. And especially those who come to Vrindavan and associate with elevated devotees and hear Harikatha and render some service. This is the best thing.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Any other questions, comments? Aishwarya Sharma, Alek Gorpade, Garima Bansal, Neeta Malini, Pon Erita Bohra. Anybody has any questions, please ask.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's very nice class. Thank you.
Any other questions you have?
Not today. Thank you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, RamShraddha Prabhu, Dandot Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for your wonderful class, Prabhuji.
Yes.
I have a question regarding, using everything for the service of the Lord. He mentioned about all the zeros that we have, and then only when we bring to Krishna, it will become valuable. But devotees tend to just be in their own circles and not go out and use other things in the service of the Lord so much. But it looks like Arjuna had to fight. Then we know Srila Prabhupada left Vrindavan, came to America, which is a place of sense gratification with a greater purpose. So how can we, step out of our circles and serve a spiritual master? How do we get the strength to do that?
See, first of all, we have to follow the instructions of Prabhupada, like every day getting up in the morning, the Brahma Muhurta time. Do Mangalarti. Chant the holy names of the Lord. And before sunrise, especially chant the Gayatri Mantra. If you can do these simple things, Tulsi, if you can have Tulsi at home, do parikrama, do a simple Tulsi Arati, you do things like this, then your spiritual strength will be maintained. And in the evening, if you are fortunate enough to be at home, do another Arati. Together, family that does kirtan together, stay together. Because ultimately, we have to be inspired. Everybody is looking for inspiration, even in the material world. They're coming up with so many inventions, new applications, new this, new that. Similarly, in the spiritual life also, we need that company of devotees who can give us inspiration according to our Shastric understanding. After all, we are speaking Bhagwatam. Anybody just can read it themselves, but we are hearing Bhagwatam in the association of devotees. This is very important. Prabhupada never said you can read yourself. There's no harm about that. Especially if you're unable to go to a temple, then at least you should read and read loud. If you have deities or a picture or an altar, you'll read loud for the pleasure of the Lord. But the Lord also likes to hear his own pastime. Even Krishna is amazed about how he does things. That is the main reason why Gauranga Mahaprabhu came. He was amazed at the love of Srimati Radharani, and he wanted to taste that love. And he took the bhav of Radharani. So if the Lord himself is fascinated about his own beauty, because he cannot see himself, he cannot see his own beauty. Radharani sees his beauty because he is a Purusha. He's a Vishaya Vigraha, Vishaya Tattva, and Radharani is Ashraya Tattva. So Ashraya can find the beauty, can see the beauty of the Lord, Vishaya Tattva. Therefore, to understand Vishaya Tattva, you have to enter into the platform of Ashraya Tattva. So similarly, our business is to become devotee, servant of the servant. Gopi Bharta Padakamalayo Dasu Dasu Dasanu Das. This is the standard. Unless we take the position of a servant, we cannot know the position of the Vishaya, that is Krishna. And even Guru also, even Vaishnavas. They are all our masters. Our business is to please them, serve them, inquire from them, and hear from them. That's why Narottam Das Thakur says, Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Shunivas Janame Janame Hoi Ei Abhilash. They are all talking about Janame Janame. In the Guru Puja also, we offer Prabhu Janme Janme Prabhu say. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, Trinata Pisunechana Tarorapi Seshna Amane Namane Dena Kitne Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Ba Jagatisha Kame Mama Janmani Janmanishwari Bhavatat Bhakti Rahetu. So we have to take pleasure in taking birth again and again to serve Krishna very nicely, to perfect our devotion in the company. Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Shaneva Janame Janame Oi Ei Abhilash. Narottam Das Thakur is singing like this. They are not afraid of taking birth, but for what purpose? To serve in the company of those devotees and serve Krishna. Just imagine doing kirtan in the company of devotees, chanting and dancing. Oh, there's nothing better experience than that. On our own, also we can chant if nobody's allowed. But at least sometimes we should go to a satsang and some advanced senior devotee has come, then we chant and dance, then we go to the temple, Sunday feast, many festival programs are happening, chanting and dancing. Any reason to do this process of devotion. So the process is very simple. We just have to become steady in that. That's all. It's okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So Prabhupada, I think we shouldn't follow. We shouldn't do Anukaran, but we should do Anusmaran. Is what I have learned from all of you. But Prabhupada, he left all devotees. He came alone, and he then made devotees here. And if you think he kind of against the 10 offenses is to preach to people who are no faith. So he was willing to break that to make devotees. So he took a lot of risk in his life. So should we also take that risk, or we just follow what you just said to purify ourselves?
First, you have to become purified. Prabhupada was staying in Vrindavan. 40 years he was meditating on how to spread this instruction of his Guru Maharaj. And finally he took sannyas, then he left. So he prepared himself. It was not like suddenly he comes next day after hearing the instruction of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada, to preach in the Western world. He just did not catch a plane. It's not like nowadays. Even he had to come by boat. A cargo ship, not even a passenger ship. Are you ready to go with the cargo ship? Go on the ocean? No. So we have to prepare ourselves. If you don't prepare yourself by this regulated program, how can you instruct others? It's not possible. Even if you instruct, you may not be able to keep up that standard of yourself, what to speak of other people too. So no harm. You take your time, but in whatever level you are in, to that level you can give Krishna consciousness. Jare dako tare kaho Krishna upadesh hamara agyan guru hoy. Whomever you meet, whomever you see, give Krishna consciousness. When I was coming from Delhi, there were two people were there, and they were discussing about Shiva and this and that. So I couldn't hold myself. I had to start preaching to them about Shiva Tattva, Krishna Tattva, this and that. They had great respect for Krishna consciousness, no doubt. They were very pious people. So, but Prabhupada, they never had piety when he was in America, so-called. But by his association, they developed Sukriti by serving, by hearing. And that Sukriti enabled them to advance in Krishna consciousness. So a pure devotee can raise Sukriti among people. So he did not take risk like mental speculation or gambling. He took the trouble to fulfill the order of his Guru. So we have to also follow the footsteps of his footsteps by taking the trouble to spread Krishna consciousness by following in his footsteps. Any other questions? Nita Patel, do you have any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for a wonderful class. I really liked it. Thank you so much.
So, Prabhuji, I had a quick question is regarding Tulsi. I know we pray to Tulsi Mata and everything, but if we have to use it for putting in tea and something like that, is it okay?
Generally, it is not. The Prabhupada said, don't try to boil Tulsi leaves. But there are teas available in the market, Tulsi, but they use, there are many grades of Tulsi plants also. Ram Tulsi, Krishna Tulsi, and there are some Tulsis are used in the medicines also. The Tulsi plant, they have Basilicum family, and they are using that in the medicine. So many medicines you're taking, there's some Tulsi there always. Tulsi has a very lot of healing properties. So if it is already offered, generally you don't make a Tulsi tea. Generally, it is not recommended. But if that's what helps you to improve your health and devotional service, then you go ahead and do it. But otherwise, normally we don't generally make a Tulsi tea out of it.
No, we can offer it to the Lord and then make the tea.
Yeah, you can offer, but normally Tulsi you don't cook. Like you don't make a spinach out of Tulsi leaves.
Oh, right. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
I have one question. Since she asked about Tulsi, can we pick Tulsi leaves, offer it to Krishna, and just eat them raw, like as medicine, like that? It's okay.
Yeah. After all, when you're offering Tulsi for bathing and everything, you will have to take the Tulsi leaves along with the Charnamrit, and you can take it. Generally, some people say that it has to be swallowed, but it's not so easy to swallow Tulsi leaves, the big leaf. So you have to sometimes chew it. Different people have different standards. But if you have Tulsi leaves in the Charnamrit, you please take the Charnamrit along with the Tulsi. Or if you offer Tulsi leaves on your bhoga, say chapati, rice, and dal, you offer Tulsi leaves, then you take those Tulsi leaves. It's not like if you don't take, you have to take Tulsi leaves. The leaves which are offered to the Lord at this lotus feet the day before with chandan, next day you remove that and you have to take the Mahaprasad. See?
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So at this point, we can do a little bhajan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pranam.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this nectar class. So I would like to request you, if you have time, Bhadra Purnima is coming up. So you are a very great distributor, book distributor. So if you would like to let us know the importance of Bhadra Purnima and Bhagwatam set, getting Bhagwatam set at your home, that will be very helpful for all the attendees, because we have some new devotees joining here. And some of them we are from long time. We have Bhagavatam set at home, but some are new devotees. So, if you can explain a little bit more, thank you, Prabhuji.
What is it? Please repeat.
You can explain a little bit more about Bhadra Purnima and Bhagavatam set.
Acha. See, the point is, I'm from a different generation. When we were young devotees, we had Prabhupada never talked so much about Bhadra Purnima, this Purnima, different Purnimas are there. And nowadays it is becoming more stronger, and it is coming in YouTube about different Purnimas for different, worshipping Shani, worshipping Shiva, worshipping Ganesh, this, that, Saraswati. A lot of information is coming in the internet. But for us, every day is a good day for worshipping Krishna. Every day is a good day to read the Shastras. Every day is a good day to distribute books. So we were raised like that. But nowadays, devotees, they're coming new generation, second generation. They are coming from pious families. They have some background of all these things. And they are able to describe. But I never heard from Prabhupada about Bhadra Purnima or anything like that. But the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they will have something to say on that one. But generally, for devotees, every day is a day to serve Krishna. Always remember Krishna, never forget him. This is the standard. So Bhadra Purnima, I'm sorry, I will not be able to tell you unless I go through that myself. Where did you read anywhere about Bhadra Purnima?
On the internet, it says September 7th is Bhadra Purnima.
Yes, but what does it say about that?
And Prabhuji, in 12th canto Bhagavatam, it is said, if you give Bhagavatam in a golden throne on Bhadra Purnima, it purifies you. So it's based on scriptures.
Yes.
I mean, there it must be having some scriptural reference. But for us, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, every day we are doing service to Bhagavata. Prabhupada said that very clearly. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
So
Bhagavati Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Nashta.
So
there is no special.
So as per your, every day is good for getting Bhagavatam set at our home.
Yes.
And
every day.
Yes. So yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
That includes Bhadra Purnima also. And so many auspicious Purnimas are coming. So many Ekadasis will come. Every day is because for us there is no retirement, no pension, no nothing. For us till the time of death. Ante Narayana Smriti. To remember Krishna at the time of leaving the body.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Anybody has any question or comment? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam to you.
Yes.
Aaj ki jai.
Yes.
Aaj ki jai. Thank you so much for the wonderful class and discussions. And Prabhuji, regarding Tulsi Maharani, it is not good to boil her or put her in a bhoga which is boiling, but we can break the Tulsi leaf and then put in different offerings, right? Or we should not break the tulsi leaf also with the fingers?
Normally it is not done unless you are really running short of tulsi leaves, or you have no fresh tulsi leaves, only dry tulsi leaves. Sometimes they are also you just dip it in little water and then you put it on the different offerings. Normally tulsi leaves, at least we have plenty of tulsis. We offer full tulsi leaves on each offering, and on rice we generally try to offer a manjari if that is available. So generally breaking, I mean, these are all emergency situations. Even a broken tulsi is better than not having tulsi leaves at all. But in India, in a situation like in India, and if you have a tulsi plant big enough, you can offer full leaves on the boga, no problem. One leaf, but before offering, make sure it is washed up or cleaned with water.
So no. If not an emergency situation, we have plenty of tulsi leaves. Then no tulsi should be broken. It should not be chewed, and it should not go into hot water.
Yes, try to avoid that.
Yeah.
In emergency, so many things can be done, but in normal devotional life, just like you can chant Hare Krishna even in the toilet. It's not like you should not chant. But when you chant japa, when that is your schedule, you can sit properly and chant.
Yes.
But otherwise, if you're taking shower and every time you take chant Hare Krishna mantra.
We can chant in the toilet, but without the japa bag.
Naturally. How can we chant with a japa bag?
Just a reminder, we should chant without. Most of the temple have this area where they hang japa bag outside. And one time was very strange, Prabhuji. My daughter's japa bag was hung outside in this Jackson Beach, and there was Rath Yatra going on. And she hung it outside, and somebody took it away. And the beads and mala went away. So she came to me all hyped up, my elder daughter, that mala someone's taken away and all that. So what happened is, she went and made an announcement. There's a japa mala, red color japa mala bag. So what actually happened is, there was one devotee. What he did, he thought that japa mala must be of some devotee. So he took and gave it to the authority who were doing the dance, how they do the performance. So she got a japa mala bag. So, in that case, I always tell her what you do. If you're going to the bathroom, public bathroom, I mean, obviously, places like Costco, Walmart will not have a japa mala anywhere to put, She just put it outside, actually. So some devotee picked it up. But normally what I do is, Prabhuji, I put it in my purse. And I zip it. And then I use the toilet. So that way, no dirty air or anything touches it. And you come out and you can use your mala,
If you're with some other devotee, you tell the other devotee to hold on.
Bag. Also, but Prabhuji, probably wo situation hota nahi hai na. If you have to go grocery, especially like in America, Monday to Friday, you're pretty much on your own with, doing your grocery and this and that, but then you don't find much devotees. So in that case, I'm saying.
So you leave the bead bag in the car and go to the shop and buy it while going to the shop, and in the shop, wherever you're going, supermarket, you sing a nice kirtan along with everything.
Yes, Prabhuji.
You don't have to carry your bead bag everywhere.
Yeah.
Keep it in your car.
Yes, Prabhuji. But sometimes, the stores are big warehouses are there, and then you're already there and you need to go to the bathroom. So some situations like that come. But I was also thinking that how we are so particular about not taking the tulsi beads, the bead bag, inside the bead bag is tulsi beads inside the bathroom. So we are so concerned about that, then how much we have to contemplate and be concerned that the same beads, tulsi beads, have come from the tulsi plant, and the tulsi plant grows with the strength of the tulsi leaves. So how much we respect the tulsi leaves and make sure it's not bit with the teeth, make sure it's not broken or put in anything hot. Even hot bhoga we should not put it in, just keep it on the side. So
try to understand
Yeah.
Don't make it into a niyamagra. Don't make it into a rule.
Yes.
That too much following the rules or not following the rules, both are creating problems. So you be very natural. Before you offer, you put your different preparations on a plate, and then one. And if you don't have many leaf tulsi leaves, you put one leaf on the rice, and then it's considered for everybody. But when I used to travel in the West, I used to have dry tulsi. Then I would gather some tulsi leaves in the temple. I would carry with me. Or sometimes there are no leaves. You just take a tulsi stick and you touch it with a stick. Everything. We used to do that also.
So I'm just saying this to remind myself, because I want to follow this very strictly, because that is, tulsi plant is like a living form of like Devi, in the house, and there the tulsi that is very auspicious. And also like there was one more point I wanted to mention. Prabhuji, one more thing. Today, I don't know which verse we read. I was trying to follow up 8:18:1, which is on the schedule, but I don't know which verse you were reading, Prabhuji.
25 and 26.
That is
8th canto, 22nd chapter, and 25 and 26.
Oh, so Prabhuji, you went ahead.
No, that's what I was given. You ask what's our name.
I think Prabhuji, you read the date and put it in the canto.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whatever verse I did.
19.1, Prabhuji. 19.1. That was a new chapter.
Yeah.
That's a 19.1. It was written in my WhatsApp. It was 8:22:25.
Okay. That's okay, Prabhuji. I will have to do this again tomorrow. Today I had Bhagwatam open in front of me, thinking that Prabhuji's class is there. I'm going to go because he makes us do the Sanskrit, so I should be all prepared. And I'm seeing that nothing is matching. I'm going up and down and seeing. Yeah, it's okay. So we were supposed to Lord Vamana begs charity from Bali Maharaj. So probably we'll do that on Monday. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, it was nice because any words we read, like we say, even if 10 minutes reading we have to do, and we are a little bit this thing about starting Bhagavad Gita from the beginning, just open any page and from the left till the right, keep reading, 5-10 minutes every day. Make sure you read from anywhere, any part of Bhagavad Gita. So it just reminded me of that. Any part is important. So yeah. I think sorry on our part to send the wrong words. So, every day chanting.
It's not a big mistake or offense or anything like that.
No, Prabhuji. It's okay. And this happens very often, Prabhuji. Like sometimes the date and this thing we get mixed up because it's 8 going on here also. Okay,
so Prabhuji, I have a quick question before we wind up.
Okay.
You mentioned that you went to Vrindavan. I have not been to Mayapur. So did you find any difference in the vibrations in Vrindavan versus Mayapur?
Both are equal vibrations. Both are not different from each other. Navadvip is called Gupta Vrindavan, and Vrindavan, Braj Vrindavan is called Vrindavan. So the vibration is the same because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Navadvip, Mayapur.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So let us do a bhajan.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Madhava Kunja Vihari
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari.
Jai Radha Madhava
Kunja Bihari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopichand Vallabha
Girijadhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari.
Gopi
Vijanavallabha
Giridhari.
Jaya Shodhanandana Braja Jana Randana.
Jai Yashodananda
Shodhanandana Vrajana
Rajaranjan.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Randana.
Yashodanandana Vrajarajanandana
Jamuna Tira Vanachari.
Munatira
Tira Vanachari.
Jamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamunatira
Tira
Vanachari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jai
Jaya Prabhupada
Prabhupada,
Jaya
Jai
Prabhupada
Prabhupada,
Jaya
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 Prabhupada
Prabhupada,
Jaya
Jaya
Prabhupada
Prabhupada.
Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva.
Jaya
Jai
Guru
Guru
Deva,
Gurudeva
Deva,
Jaya
Jaya
Jai
Guru
Guru
Gurudeva
Deva,
Jaya
Jaya
Jai
Gurudeva Jaya
Jai Guru
Guru
Gurudeva
Deva.
Deva.
I Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari
Gaura
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari
Hari
Bol.
Hari
Bol, Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol.
Jaya Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila
Jai.
Gurudev ki jai, Guru Nitai
Jai.
Govardhan ki jai, Grantara Srimad Bhagwatam ki jai,
Jai.
Sukadev Prabhu ki jai,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada translation and
Jai.
purport.
Jai.
Those are the bodies. Hare Krishna. All
Hare
Hare
those are
Krishna.
Prabhu
all
ji ki
glory,
jai.
all
Prabhu ji
glory,
ki jai.
all glory to Srila
His
Prabhupada.
Grace RamShraddha Prabhu ji ki jai.
Jai. Jai.
Jai.
Prabhu ji, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank
Hare
you so
Krishna.
much. Thank you.
Hari
Thank you
Bol.
very much
Hari
for the
Bol.
lovely class, Prabhuji. Thank
Hari
you.
Bol.
Hare
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol. Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.